They have the Morgana. There is no Black Shield to stop Maokai from doing anything.
It's a different story now that the Maokai will be in the hands of the team with the Morgana. You know, it's completely different there. And Jackie played a splendid Morgana game 1. He was just sniping Dark Bindings in between the trees, in between the creeps, in between everything. Just really, really spot on with Dark Bindings.
Flash ult, who needs Boots 2 when I got Flash and I'm Morgana? I will slow you down and just get to you and kill you. And you know, the team fights were just amazing. The Vladimir-Morgana synergy really showed its strength. And I mean, Orbit, they tried a lot of things. It just would not work for them.
Nothing was really clicking for Orbit in game 1, but who knows, we could see them take game 2 here and move it on to a game 3, which would be absolutely exciting. Ezreal and Soraka, perchance the pickups. Yes, indeed, they're going to be locked in. So an Ezreal-Soraka bot lane, you know, he's able to spam his Mystic Shot, get the damage and the poke off from his Essence Flux, all while being refreshed with his mana, just topping off his mana pool right there. How do you feel about an Ezreal-Soraka bot lane here, Studio?
I would say this is the classic Orbit lane. This is one of the first lanes I saw them ever pull out when they were really just unknown, and it works well. Nintenso was one of the first people to start maxing out Essence Flux onto Ezreal first, which you do that just to go ahead and have a bigger attack speed debuff. It's also much easier to land. You can win trades because if they try to fight, their attack speed is so slow, they die.
Absolutely right. So in the end, just known for his
He's got a
Ezreal
good
play.
Ezreal.
It's like he's played the champion once or twice.
Wait, yeah, that's weird. Pros
Yeah.
don't play champions. It's actually just a hard random. Westerice has never actually played Vladimir before that last game.
Yeah, first time, beginner's luck, I would say.
Yeah.
And now it looks like we see a Caitlyn Nunu bot lane here from Curse, and we have actually seen that. They ran it against Singapore Sentinels to their chagrin. I don't believe they won with the Caitlyn Nunu, if I recall correctly. But still, it's a great lane because Caitlyn, what Caitlyn does so well is she just has a long attack range. You know, very, very long base. You know, there are champions like Kog'Maw when he activates his Bio-Arcane Barrage, he gets the attack range. There's champions like Tristana with her Draw a Beat passive. She slowly gets more attack range as she levels up. But Caitlyn base out of the gate, very, very long attack range, and she gets the headshot with her passive from the brush. You know, I think it's every 8 shots, it actually charges up, does additional damage. And if she's attacking faster with Blood Boil, that's more headshots, that's more damage, that's more raw output. It's just going to be really, really awesome to see.
And Curse, what we've been seeing them do lately is actually go for a lot of 1v2 lanes, sending their bot lane to the top lane to the bot lane. Last game was Vladimir in the bot, 1v2, and they do well with that. The thing is, Caitlyn Nunu can also punish a 1v2 lane very well, because if you get snowballed once by Nunu, guess what? Caitlyn's right behind you, she's blood boiled, she will do immense amounts of damage, and there's nothing to deal with it. Shen can taunt, or I guess, that's about it.
Yeah. And Caitlyn, the thing about her playstyle, she's just safe. I mean, that's the word I would use to describe her. She has these little tiny cupcake yordle snap traps. She's got a long range. She's got an escape with her 70 caliber net, 80 caliber, 90 caliber, whatever caliber that net actually is.
What caliber is a net? I don't really know nets for
I'm
their
not quite
calibers.
sure. I'm not quite sure how quite that works out. But she's just a safe champion, and with Nunu to back her up with his snowballs and with his absolute zero, he is just going to be able to back her up immensely. So a very, very strong either 2v1 top or normal meta AD carry boring bot.
You know what? It'll still be exciting because Caitlyn can actually pressure Ezreal quite well, just because with that long range, Mystic Shot has good range, Essence Flux has good range, but you know, you still have to land a skill shot. What we can
Caitlyn
see
just
coming out from
right-clicks.
Cop, yeah, he will just be right-click and be like, yo, you're going to shoot me with your thing, I will shoot you non-stop, won't matter, I will win in the end.
I will shoot you with my thing while I dodge your thing. And guess who's winning that trade? Definitely Caitlyn. So we'll see how this bot lane can fare, if it is even a bot lane.
Yeah, we don't know.
It's so
Put
tough
him mid,
for us.
put him mid.
It's so tough for us now to call these lanes because there's so much of a change in, like, oh, people like to 2v1 top, and then they switch down to 2v1 bot, and then it's 2v2 bot again, and then there's 4 people in mid, and I don't know what's
2v2
going on
top is
anymore.
also pretty good.
Yeah, and it's really, really weird. So, like, we don't know what lane they're going in, but we know they're going together. That's pretty much all we can predict at this point. We can say Elements and Cop will be together in one lane or another. They're just inseparable. They just love each other so much, just like Nian and Elimination. And actually, interesting enough, you see Elimination with very interesting summoner spells.
Those
There's
are some
no
aggressive
flash.
summoners.
How do you feel about that?
Alright, so Lemonation, he has to not be out of position ever, never get hit by Inviting, never get hit by anything, because if he does get hit, he will die. So Lemonation, he's playing aggressively. They want to go for that 2v2 lane. You know, use the Exhausted, use it in a big fight, and because of that, they should be able to win the exchanges. Like, they don't have that Flash, but guess what? They have Exhaust and Heal, much more fight pressure. So if they can actually use that in a 2v2 lane, it'll be awesome. Curse, they're going to go for the 1v2 if they see that, though. So it's going to be who catches who in the right spot.
I'm definitely excited for this game. Orbit is an they've been to a few events, they've played in a few tourneys, they know what they're doing, but right now they've got their backs against the wall. You lose this game, you're out of the IPL San Francisco face-off 2012. I like saying the whole thing. It just flows. But you're out of it. You don't win the money. You have no chance of winning the money. You get on a plane, you go back home, you cry. You know, your mom consoles you. Whatever you want to do, however you want to deal with the pressure of losing this game right here. Curse, they want to win this game, of course. But if they lose this game, that just means there's going to be a game 3, another opportunity for them to win. And I think that makes Orb really, really, really scary. So we're going to see if they can claw their way back. There's nothing more dangerous than a desperate individual, and we'll see if Orb, how desperate they actually are.
You know what's more dangerous than a desperate individual? Five
Desperate individuals. 5 desperate together individual groups. Something like that.
And their coach is here too. It's actually Patoy from Dignitas.
Isn't it? Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he can guide them and tell them what to do and find victory in this game 2 of Orbit versus Curse. We have the game up right now, so we're going to go ahead and throw right to that. See how the level 1 action is going. I mean, Orbit versus Curse, they've played many times. They like to go back and forth. There's no one clear winner in this matchup when they scrim. But here we go. We're straight into the action. That was a great cut into the action. It's hey, we're gonna high five each other in the brush, in the river, and see what happens.
We do have the aggressive defensive ward, as you labeled it, coming out from Curse onto the Wraith area of Orbit. This gives them good vision. If the jungler is spotted, it's like, hey, we know where you are, and if he's not spotted, it's like, wait, you're not at your Wraiths. You're doing something else. You're either invading or ganking, which is pretty scary.
Yeah, and it looks like Orb right now actually using that Mystic Shot to check the brush elements. We'll spot them as they come around the corner, but will he pay for it? There's the Yeti. He actually decides to flash. Will the Dredge Line be picked up by Hyde? No, it doesn't look like he picked up Dredge Line first. Of course, you know, Dredge Line on a jungle Nautilus is not like what you normally do. You normally get that Titan's Shield that gives you a lot of health, gives you the AoE damage, stuff like that. But, you know, these professional players, of course, they know if something happens, a high, obviously, an experienced Nautilus player is not going to choose Titan's Shield right out of the gate because there could be a level 1.
Yeah.
And that's not what you want in a level 1 fight. Granted, hitting someone with Nautilus with whatever skill you choose is still pretty pivotal and pretty awesome because of his passive. It locks them down for a second. But if you have that plus the Dredge Line pull in a level 1 fight, that just swings it entirely in your favor. But again, all this is for nothing because I am just talking. I'm just blowing hot air right now because there's going to be no level 1.
Yeah, no
They're going to be
ones.
safe. They're going to go take their own blue buffs, it looks like. And Caitlyn, actually, you see, she trapped around bottom, but she's actually going top.
So this is going to be pretty cool for Westrise. They give him a defensive position because you know what? Nautilus ganking in a 1v3, even though Soraka not the best at supporting ganks, she does have exhaust though, is going to be an easy kill on the Westrise. Luckily with those traps, guess what? He actually has a defensive option.
Yeah.
Showing up in this top lane though, he's going to get quite a bit of pressure. You know, Elemental walk in that bush, he'll take some damage and he won't care. There you go. Snowballs walks away. It's like, yo, I'm Elements. I got my cop. I got my cop on Cop Caitlyn.
Yeah.
We can wreck ya.
Yeah, here's your strawberry snow cone you ordered, Mr. Shen. Go ahead and get on out of here because I don't like you very much anymore in my brush. Now, the Caitlyn traps, just for reference, are you can have a maximum of 3 of them on the map at a time. They will go away when you start to place more and more. So you lay A, B, and C. As soon as you lay D, A goes away. As soon as you lay E, B goes away. That's how it works. So slowly, you know, Westrise will lose his kind of safety net of cupcakes that are currently surrounding him. No Yordles for the enemy team, so not quite going to be as effective as Yordle snap traps, but they work on normal people as well, so that's always a plus.
Doesn't love cupcakes, and it's what they expect. So right now, they put the traps by the turret. If Yuzuki goes for that CS, walks towards those creeps, guess what? He's in a dangerous spot. He will get trapped. He will get snowballed, shot in the face. Many unpleasant things will happen to him.
Yeah.
Westrise does lose the safety, but you know what? He's pushed to his turret now. He's going to get pressured underneath it, but he'll just be using the axe to really farm up, get any CS he can. And actually, look at the CS. The 7th actually in the mid lane. We do have many people getting rooted by Morgana. NYJ picks up the kill. Actually, no, goes to St. Vicious. Hyde trying to chase him down. The Black Shield's on him. Will they turn around?
Will the Dark Binding cooldown come off? It will not. And Jackie was a little concerned about the minions coming up mid lane as well. You don't want to throw out an errant Dark Binding and hit a minion and then you just look bad. You know, that's not a good thing at all. But St. Vicious with an excellent first blood pickup there in mid, just showing, I mean, that's pretty much how it works. You know, Maokai, once he hits level 3, once he hits level 4, when he gets Twisted Advance, you know, his first 2 skills normally in the jungle are going to be his Arcane Smash, his Q, and his Sapperling Toss, which is his E. But once he gets, like, when you hit level 3, you have a decision to make. You say, do I get another level of Q, do I get another level of E, or am I going for a gank here at 3? St. Vicious played it safe, went for 4, got all of his skills, got one of his skill up to level 2, and the W as well, went for a gank, and was able to secure first blood right there on Rise.
You know, we saw this last game. First blood can really snowball quite easily, so 800 gold in favor of Curse right now. Actually, Westrice went back, used a teleport, healed himself up. This is something cool about Westrice. He's been picking up teleport a lot lately. This lets him do these 1v2 situations very easily, lets him deal with just that high pressure. And actually, top turret already taken by Curse. They're going to transition straight to the bot lane. We saw this last game. Orbit, this is where they started to lose the game. Once that transition happened, they could not hold the turrets.
Yeah, that is exactly. I mean, that's the story they wrote in the first one. Top turret went down. I think it may have been bottom turret, actually, at around the 11-minute mark. This is the 5-minute mark, and Curse has already taken down top turret. So it looks like right now you see Cop and Elements making their way down bottom lane to take on this 2-on-2 situation. It's going to be a 2-on-2, and what that means, assuming Orb doesn't switch down bot, Olaf will go top in a 1-on-1, and then you have your normal kind of quote-unquote meta. The only difference is that now Orb is down 1 turret already. That's already 1.5k gold. And here's Westrice activating the Ghost, but he will run into a Nautilus. Will he pursue this? I do not think so. The Dredgeline will miss him into that brush. Throws an Undertow right behind him just to leave some damage on in the end. Just saying, I'll help you guys out a little bit here, but here's Element. St. Fish is going to actually nicely sandwich right onto high with a Twisted Advance and Arcane Smash knockup, but a great long-distance flash will get high away from that. Safe and sound. That is a tricky flash to make. I have seen countless numbers of professional players, and rookie players for that matter, go ahead and miss that flash, but a great flash by him.
A good escape. He needed to get out of there. I mean, it was actually just a great counter gank. They expected Nautilus to be there. Once Westrice showed himself and showed that there was a 3v2 bot lane, they knew Nautilus was going to be like, yo, I need to be here for that. So they expected it. They caught him. Did not work out. Actually, Element's hooked. Will he land on the trap? Actually, no, it's his own trap. Barely gets away. Exhausted right now. One more auto attack should do it. Nan Flashes does pick up the kill.
God, if he had got snared by his own Caitlyn trap, I would have said bug report, because that would have been the worst thing in the world. And also that would have been probably the worst mechanic ever for
you
a
could trap your own
Why
teammates.
would you play Caitlyn if you could trap your own teammates?
Well,
that would just
it's
be the
for
worst.
invisible teammates, so you can see them.
Ah, invisible teammates, of course. I always forget about those phantom 6th players. Oh, the managers. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Down bot, it looks like the Orb is now going to continue the pressure on the Tier 1 turret. Can't St. Vicious and Cop do anything about it? Looks like they're going to pressure. There's a Twisted Advance on the high. He is pulled very far into a 3-on-2 exchange. But here comes Jackie. Can he turn the tides of the fight? High, almost going down, sub 100 health. Will Jackie be able to pick up the kill with his Soul Shackles? The secondary will surely bring down High. Trying to use his Dredge line to get out of there, but a double kill for Jackie. And now Yuzuki caught in a bad way. He goes down to the Piltover Peacemaker, and now Nien able to get away with his life. Very little mana, and that Ignite ticking down on him, but still at roughly 300 health. Does he want to stay around here? What does he want to do? Should he go back now and leave Dragon all to Curse's hands?
What he should do right now is not fight, because it'll be a bad situation. So the Shen ult being used, they lose Yuzuki. Actually, Tenso taking a lot of damage. Cop, can you do it? Yeah, shoot him in the face.
I guess I take back my previous statement and said he should have gone back.
Yeah,
he should have gone back. I mean,
yeah,
you don't have to explain any meta, any game-changing theory. He should have gone back because he died.
Because, you know, his Cop shot him in the face, and then Flash, and then shot him in the face again.
I feel like
Number
Cop,
one counter to Ezreal. Shoot him in the face.
Shoot him in the face. I feel like Cop had an ace in the hole.
Oh.
That's the name of her ultimate.
What was his ace in the hole? Ace in the hole. Actually, Westrice being cut out there. He does not have enough mana for his ultimate action. Gets rooted, gets CC'd, dies.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Westrice right there. But, I mean, what can you do? Caught in a bad place, aggressively going for a counter jungle, and it didn't pay off there. But still, Cop and Elements are doing work in this game. They are joining a union, and they're absolutely doing really well. 2-0-2, Cop, 57 CS with a BF sword, double Dorans, and Boots 1 still. But, I mean, when you can get a BF sword at the 8-minute mark, you're probably sitting pretty.
And you know what? They can go ahead. They can send mid wherever they want. But even mid lane, they've taken out all the turrets. They have just a global advantage in terms of gold. Even with Westrice dying for that invade, they're still ahead about 3,600 gold. They'll probably go for Dragon. I'd say it's the next easy objective. But Curse, the way they played, they didn't go for Baron last game very often. They didn't go for Dragon all that much unless it was just easy. I think they're just going to go for the safer option, maybe just go down for a mid-push or just keep CSing or something. I don't know. Get gold.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They took down top turret early. They took down bot turret. I mean, this is literally on par for an Azubu Blaze turret kill. The Azubu Blaze, from what I remember, one of their fastest times was like 2 turrets down at 9 minutes. And Cop and Elements just saying, oh, Captain Jack, you can do that? Check this out, you know, and Elements just putting on his less boy pants and saying, what's up? We can do the same thing. Anything you can do, I can do better. I'm pretty sure is how that works. So
anything
now,
you can do, I can do better against North American teams.
Against North American teams, exactly. And there's St. Fish is being knocked out by the depth charge, but High, with very little mana, may not be able to escape this. The Dark Binding dealing tons of damage to High. He goes down very quickly between that and the Tormented Soil. Yuzuki and Nubby Pooh Bear hot in pursuit, will or be able to collapse on this, but Westrise actually teleports behind them, and now this will be a 3-on-3 exchange. Oh man, not good for Yuzuki. He did not want to see the Techno Viking right behind him with the Undertow. There's the Ragnarok ultimate. Will Westrise be able to cap Nien? No. Nien just a little bit too slippery, but Curse, this is going to be a dragon for them. Great teleport from Westrise. I almost didn't see it, but I was watching the mini-map. Yeah. Map awareness.
Map awareness #1, and you know what, that teleport, that is how some teams counter Shen with a new really long cooldown on his ultimate, about 200 seconds at rank 1. Teleport is going to be amazing in those early game situations. So, I mean, look at this gold difference, 6,500 at the 10-minute mark. That is insane. That is an Infinity Edge and a half.
This is the kind of goal difference you see coming into like mid-game. This is like 20 minutes right here. This is 25 minutes. But it looks like what Curse is doing right now with these aggressive dragons, with these great team fights and the great call from Westrise to TP down there and get an easy dragon. What this is effectively doing, this is shortening the game. They want to shorten the game as much as possible. They don't want to get to the point where, and this is exactly what Azubu does, exactly what some of the Eastern teams do, they force low economy games. And pretty much what that means is GP10 items absolutely shine. Because while you're roaming, you're not really farming that much. This is a relatively low farming game, I would say, for the 11-minute mark in the professional scene. Jackie got 80 CS, you know, Caitlyn just thereafter, 79 CS, Olaf only 58 CS, but double GP10 ticking right there. You know, the average, I would say, really good CS is roughly 10 CS a minute. So, you know, quote-unquote perfect CS here would be roughly, you know, 100 or so. So they're just under that, but on top of the roaming and tower killing they're doing, they all not all of them, but 3 members of Curse have GP10s ticking. And that is going to pay dividends in a short game that doesn't rely on farming like most North Americans do.
So they're going to have the GP5, and of course those GP5 items, they're going to upgrade to these really good teamfight items very quickly. So we're going to see Reveries come out relatively early. With those Reveries, guess what? Your team is better in a teamfight, and when you have a Reverie over the enemy team in the 14-minute mark, you will win a teamfight just to the initiation and escape you have. So, Curse, they're playing as a team, and this is just, you know, a good strategy. Something we didn't see. Actually, Cop flashes out of there. High being initiated upon, does get hit by just a bunch of things. Channel Ultimate is used onto him, but there was a disengage from Curse. They didn't actually go for anything.
Yeah, Cop kind of got a little scared. It took him off guard. He actually blew both of his summoners to get away from that, fearing the damage that the tower could have put on him. You know, his team was there to back him up. Maybe not them. I want to say, looking in hindsight is 2020, of course. Cop is probably saying, I shouldn't have flashed, I shouldn't have cleansed. I didn't need to. But this is the heat of the moment. This is a, you know, professional game. We're at a tournament. This is for your progression in the losers bracket right here for Curse. And for Orb, it's everything. You know, if they lose here, they're out of the tournament and they won't be playing tomorrow, which is very, very unfortunate. But, you know, I'm not knocking Cop whatsoever. It's just kind of one of those, hindsight's 2020.
Run high. No, emotion's actually one of the big things for tournaments. I know some players, their first tournaments, they cannot deal with just what's going on. Jackie actually takes out Ezreal.
Quick news update. Jackie killed Ezreal.
Yes.
Yep. Go on, please.
So with Jackie killing Ezreal, you know, it's another bit of free farm, another bit of pushing. But emotions can run very high. I have to say, I think Orbit's currently, they're on tilt. Yeah. They're at their last possible game. Like if they don't win this, they're out. They're gone. And it sucks to be in that position, but they have to be able to deal with this. They have to have the mental stamina to be able to say, you know what, this is not a good position, but we have to fight out of it.
Yeah, and you perfectly describe, you know, tilting. If you're unfamiliar with the term, it is I believe a card game or poker term more than anything. And what that is when you start playing bad at the beginning, you will just progressively get worse, pretty much. It's almost like if you have like a flat surface with one little fulcrum right in the middle and you have a marble on there. As soon as that marble starts moving, it tilts more and more to one side, and that marble eventually falls
There were some
off.
really cool hand motions going on.
There was. It was beautiful. I was like I was baking a cake or something.
It was lots of fulcrum.
But
lots
that
of
is the
fulcrums.
object of tilting. And even though it originates kind of in a poker or card game sense, it applies to sports. It applies to esports.
It'll apply
fancy
to
that.
your final test in a class. It
Yeah.
applies to almost anything in life. If
The
you,
first mistake you make, like a snowball.
It's snowball,
effect.
yeah. But it's a mental snowball, and it's really hurting Orbit right now.
Yeah.
Just not able to react to the lane swapping going on, just the amazing teleport, just team play coming out from Curse. And Curse, they weren't really known for their teamwork, I'd say, recently. It's been developing
Yeah, they
very
suck.
quickly, very well.
They suck.
I'd say, the Curse from a month ago compared to this Curse,
Yeah.
that's a sucky Curse. This is good Curse.
They're looking very, very strong right now. They were knocked to the losers bracket, by Singapore Sentinels, who absolutely look
They're amazing.
great. Like it's not that Curse sucks and they played bad and Singapore Sentinels stomped them. They went to 3 games. They were really good games, all 3 of them. If you need to watch those VODs, I highly, highly recommend it. Studio and I were able to cast those.
Double recommended.
Double recommended. Super recommendation right there. Really good games. Singapore Sentinels was just better, today. And that's the thing. Anyone can win any league tournament. This isn't something that's set in stone. One tournament can be won by TSM, one by CLG, one by Evo, one by CLG Black. Things go crazy. There's no set in stone. Like we just saw Team Legion absolutely upset World Elite.
They took out Wii. Yeah, nobody expected that. I'm like, Team Wii, that they're probably going to take the tournament maybe. I don't know, Legion,
Yeah.
I like them, but they haven't shown the results in the past. Actually, what are we talking about? St. Bishop's getting caught up by High. The root lands, and he walks away because they're scared because they don't know where the rest of Curse is.
But if that doesn't prove anything, it just proves that esports, sports, period, they are just...
we're getting there.
yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We had
It's
an
no
ESPN
longer
article.
just like, oh yeah, TSM or CLG. Now it's Legion.
Who's gonna
What the
make
heck?
it? Who's gonna make it to the finals? Right now Westride's being caught by High L9. He wants to take him down with him, but it looks like Westride's may be able to just escape from this. Will Yuzuki be able to land a taunt up? There's the depth charge, gonna knock him off. Westride's already blew his ultimate, so he does not have that. He still has ghosting, does decide to pop it, trying to get away. Turns around with the undertow. No member of Curse. We're talking about TSM now.
Yeah.
No member of Curse able to collapse in on that. Looks like Curse is just going to take a consulary dragon. Which, I mean, why not?
I mean, how many ultimates were just used in the top lane? We had, well, actually just depth charge, but a lot of time and effort was used by Orbit. They're actually afraid of the Baron. Ezreal just used on the Baron just to scout it.
Just thinking,
So-
maybe they're there.
Orbit just doesn't know what Curse is doing. If we look at their map vision, I believe Curse, they have a ton of wards everywhere. Orbit's got nothing. They've got really nothing past their side of the map. They have a few wards in their own jungle, nothing going on in Baron, nothing going on in Dragon.
Exactly. And it's not looking good for Orb right here. This is blow for blow. These teams are going back and forth, but Curse just coming out on top on a lot of the engages, and it's really the strength. I love Nijaki's Morgana, and that's hands down for me. The MVP of this match, and whenever he really plays her, 5-0-3, 128 CS. But that doesn't mean that he's the only one doing work, because Elements and Cop themselves have taken down Tier 1 top, Tier 1 bottom. They put pressure on all of Orb's lanes, and at the same time, St. Vicious on Maokai playing extremely well. W. Pooh Bear, Rise is a special type of AP carry. He doesn't scale exclusively off AP. His E, his bouncing ball, does scale off a little bit of AP, but most of his damage comes off bonus mana, actually. So you want to build Rise very tankily. Very tankily?
Tankily.
I think it's just tankily.
No, I like tankily more than tanky.
I do like tankily. So he builds very tankily. You heard it here first, guys. To do damage, and that's a really interesting thing about Rise. He has Catalyst, he has Tear the Goddess, that's going to stack up to plus 1,000 mana. The Catalyst, gives a little bit of mana, a little bit of sustain in lane, but not able to, it's already 18 minutes, he doesn't really have an item. A lot of, Rise at this point in time would love to either have, a Catalyst, a Banshee's Veil, a Glacial Shroud, the workings of a Frozen Heart, anything. But Nubby Pooh Bear just a little bit too far behind that roaming Morgana that Jackie's playing so well.
They can't walk in this, so it's going to be very risky. Actually, all revealed by the Ezreal. Elimination taking so much damage. Channel onto him, though. St. Fish is trying to go ahead and get out of there. They do pick him up. NY Jackie in front of everybody. Westrise teleports in. This is just looking bad for Orbit. Can they actually escape this?
Yeah, they cannot. I mean, you got your answer right there. They can't escape it because they died. That was a beautiful bait by Curse right there. They got the vision onto elimination when he was just over that wall. And St. Fish, I didn't know the Twisted Advance was that long of a range. Heat
That
Twisted
thing will
advances
hunt you down.
over the wall, able to lock him down. The Shen ultimate, the Soraka
Oh.
summoner heal, the Soraka W, the Soraka ultimate,
I think
nothing
Orbit's
works.
surrendering.
Is Orbit surrendering?
Orbit is surrendering. It's not the 20-minute mark. They cannot surrender yet. Orbit is forfeiting this game.
Orbit looks like they're leaving this game. I would like to get an official word of whether,
We'll have to double check. We'll have to
unless
double check.
all of their laptops just exploded at once. It looks like Orb is surrendering.
I mean, I would not be surprised if Curse just
Curse
decides
is
to
still
finish
in.
This. Yeah,
Curse, let's just finish
they're
this.
like, you know what? We can just finish this, like just in case. But
Well, they are. You know, granted, these teams are in 2 different areas right now.
Yeah, they
so
can't
Curse,
communicate.
yeah, Curse is not aware. So they're just gonna say they can't. You can't see, can you? Or can you see in custom games? Because usually you have to wait 5 minutes before it reveals the enemy team.
Yeah, we're not gonna see. Oh, they don't know they've left. They
So
didn't-
Curse has no idea that.
Yeah,
that,
so they're just gonna
Curse has no
push.
idea that Orb is not in the game anymore. So we can go ahead and cast this. Looks like Cops sieging down that mid turret, gonna take it down very quickly. It doesn't look like there's much resistance here from Orb.
No, not really much going on. The inhibitor going down to half health. Where's Orbit? Down to 1/4 health. They take it down because Orbit is not in the game.
I mean, what is the mindset of Orb right here? Why are they not defending these inhibitor turrets and Nexus turrets? This is ballsy play right here. Maybe they'll come back. They want to get down to the Nexus, see if they can make an epic comeback. Down 11 kills. They're down 17k gold. But no, it looks like Orb has absolutely no response to Curse. There's the ace in the hole. Not going to take anyone out, but that is okay because it looks like the Nexus will fall shortly. And is this a game for Curse? Curse, I think, wins 2-0.
2-0?
Oh man, if you wanted to see a closer, more exciting end game than that, then I don't know what you want, because man, oh man, that was about exciting as it gets. Victory, game 2, Curse beating Orb. They're gonna advance in the losers bracket here. Still got a lot more League of Legends to play tomorrow. Actually, right now, do I hear? Yeah, it sounds like main stage. They're starting Singapore Sentinels versus TSM. It has been a long road. StarCraft 2 has had a
There were a
hold.
lot of really good StarCraft
A deck
games.
hold. There was a fantastic StarCraft match between Team Liquid and IM out there on the main stage. We're going to slowly go out there. Red Baron and Hat Person will be casting Singapore Sentinels
Gonna be good.
versus TSM. It's going to be great. TSM is TSM. There's really not much explaining there. Singapore Sentinels, if you guys are tuning in here and are going to move over there once we end, watch for dragons. Singapore Sentinels
every dragon.
absolutely loves taking dragons as early as possible and as often as possible. Every 6 minutes, like clockwork, they will take a dragon. Even if the other team's doing it, they will steal it. Watch out for a Gragas ultimate.
I bet their watches actually isn't like the normal 1 through 12. It's just pictures of dragons, and they
Dragons
just like time
at
it with that.
at every hour of the day. I think that's how their watches work. Is that? Can we confirm that?
Okay,
They
yeah,
have
we can confirm
awesome
that.
Singapore Center Letterman jackets. I wouldn't be surprised if they have dragon watches. I do not know. But we're done here for Orb vs. Curse. Curse finishing the series out 2-0, and Orb will be eliminated from this IPL San Francisco Face-Off 2012. We are done for the day, so no more Studio and Pluto today, but go watch Red Baron, Hat Person, Red Person, Hat Baron out there on the main stage, Singapore Sentinels versus TSM. I am Pluto, Studio.
I am Studio,
And
yes.
We'll catch you guys main stage tomorrow. Be sure to tune in to that. Lots of legal actions to come here from San Francisco. IPL Face-Off.
Adios, folks.